Yo, if we're gonna do a Q&A, it's Q&A Sunday. Get everything lined up the way it should be. It's Q&A Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get Facebook on this. What up, what up? What we got up in here? Chat. Yo, peace to the God family. So what's the Q&A for the day? I have a host today by the name of Deeply Rooted. Let's see if she can help assist me here, bringing some excitement to these discussions.
All right.
Or maybe not.
Oh, whatever. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. That's what we're gonna do.
You're gonna keep letting me struggle now.
No, I ain't gonna let you struggle. I got your back. So the first question I would like to ask Mr. Hellraiser.
Okay.
No, seriously though. How do you know when you have it or when you basically realize, I guess maybe like the business you're in is something that you're made for it? If it's for you or if it's not. How do you distinguish?
If it's something that you love to do.
So, okay, you say something that you love to do. So, what if it's something that is it possible that you can do something that you don't love to do and you can grow into loving doing it?
Maybe. But you should always start off with doing something you love, or at least try to. Alright, Instagram whack. I'm finna shut that down.
Okay, let me
Y'all
go.
catch me on Facebook or YouTube. Peace.
Mm. So you say you have to love it in order to do it. Okay.
You should love it so you can be successful at doing it, because you're gonna need a certain type of energy to keep going with it.
So you say you should love it to be successful at what you're doing so that you can.
It requires a certain level of energy,
It requires a certain level of
of
energy.
consistent energy.
So, okay, well, put that into examples of, okay, what if it's a business owner? For example, I basically have a business and maybe I'm a beautician. Now, I'm really not really into hair like that, but I have it because I know that it is a type of business will, um, that you know, that is successful. You know, women, we always keep our hair did, you know, we get clients, you know, it's always going to generate income.
Mm-hmm.
So if I decided to do like a business like that, I don't really love doing hair, but I do it for income. Is that a negative thing?
Well, the first thing you got to do is
I don't really love it, but I make money from
if
it.
if it makes money, if it makes money, then I would. It depends on the situation. Sometimes, a lot of times, what you truly love doing is like, we gotta know how to prioritize things. Prioritize things, because you might have to do certain things in business that you don't truly have a passion for, but it plays like a stepping stone to put you up to a certain point so you can do what you want to do. So that's all about it. Because you can exhaust yourself trying to make something work that you want, that you love doing, but you know, it's just not properly prioritized. You know, sometimes you gotta just put in certain work to put yourself in position to do what you want. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to do what you want to do.
So, have you ever been in a situation where you have established a business with something that you were passionate about, but didn't necessarily quite meet the mark? And what was your motivation to keep pushing? And did you even keep pushing with trying to grow it? Or did you just kind of like leave it alone and say, okay, well, this is just a passion of mine and keep it going?
Well, I end up having some type of love in everything I did and everything I do, you know. But let me try to get this Facebook going too. So that's the whole key. I try to have love for everything I do. It's like basically just about everything I've been involved in. I tried to find something within everything I do that I can take from it and to be able to utilize as an experience or a tool or a skill I can put inside my personal toolkit so I can use in my own personal endeavors. So that's the point. But the point is you gotta know when to pull out. You know, whenever your time is up, you need to retire to move on to the next phase.
Even if it's a passion that you have?
Well, if it's a passion, you keep going. I'm talking about in relation to stuff that you might not be passionate for, that you're doing it because it's making the money.
Okay. So if it's a passion, you should constantly just keep going until it basically works.
Well, yeah, you should never put your passion down. Sometimes you got to prioritize it.
Okay. So what major qualities do you think a person needs in order to run a successful business?
Discipline, dedication, determination. You need to know how to, outside of that, the person needs to understand how to be resourceful, understand the importance and balance of relationship, how to balance relationships, how not to exhaust resources or misuse resources, how to utilize and not misuse people, and over exhaust resources before they're needed.
So let's go into relationships in business. How important are relationships in business?
Relationships in business is everything. Without no relationships, it's pretty much nothing. That's like when people always say, you know, the phrase, your network is your net worth. You know, it's all about relationships. It's all about what you know and who you know. Mm-hmm. And that's in all industries. Because the thing is, business requires something outside of yourself in order to be successful, which is the people that you need to offer your services to, or your skills to, or whatever you have, your energy, your time to. So relationships is everything.
Okay.
Which most of our people need to understand.
Yeah, because I don't think, unfortunately, you know, I don't think so either. I think we need to do a lot better with that. Mm-hmm. A lot better. So, what are your 5 main influencers that you will say that helped you become the man you are today and that you're transformed into?
I get
5.
I put myself in a position. I get influenced by different things every day, different people every day. Now I might have my top 5 category, you know, as it relates to finance. I might have my top 5 as it relates to spirituality. I might have my top 5 as it relates to, you know, physical aspects. You know, so it's like, so it depends, you know.
Okay, so top 5 influencers that helped you build the essence of who you are, and just who you are, the essence of who you are, whether it be spirituality, whether it be business, and you have to choose one for each.
Only a couple people meet that category as far as, you know, in a nutshell. So Bruce Lee.
Why Bruce?
Because he displayed the balance between you know, the mental aspect, the physical aspect, and the spiritual aspect, and as well as financial, because he was also a successful entrepreneur and businessman, and just as a great of a philosopher as he was a fighter, which most people don't realize or know, which is why he was a threat. So Bruce Lee would be, number one on a lot of different categories in my personal book.
Okay.
Everybody else is kind of people I, put in different categories and with, circumstantially. But
Okay, you say Bruce Lee. So whom else? You got four more.
Bruce Lee.
So Bruce Lee all across the
Nah, it's more. Nah, it's more, but because mine's change. I'm real. I don't get locked in a box. So it's like it really depends on what the subject matter. If you talking about in general, I can't lose with Bruce Lee.
You can't lose with Bruce Lee.
Mm.
Okay, so what about with business? Do you have any like business mentors that you look up to? That's kind of like okay.
But it depends. It's different stages to it. It's like when I was at stage one, I had certain people that I looked to, that I felt like that gave me the ambition and the things that I needed as far as influence wise. But right now it's different. So if you ask me right now who was my top, right now the first person come to my mind is Dan Pena.
Okay.
Another one is what's his name, Grant Cardone. I like what he's doing. What's another guy? Dang, forgot bro name. It's a few. You know what? I don't. Like I say, Dan Pena right now is probably my number one, number two financially.
Mhm.
Then everybody else kind of trickle down in different areas. I have certain people that I do look at to be like damn, they doing the damn thing or whatever. Even on the lower aspect. As far as even in our people, like I it's certain people that I appreciate as far as in our community. Like I appreciate guys like Jay Morrison. I appreciate Derek Grace. I appreciate the pills, blue pill, red pill. People like that. That's right here with me with it. But other than that, I kind of like I say, that's like the peer circle, or whatever. I kind of a lot of people get stuck in just the people that's like that's right here now. It's not a lot of us getting it that's right here, but it's like it's a small circle. But we get stuck in that one particular circle. I appreciate that circle, but I'm like looking way past. I got my eyes on the trillionaires. You see what I mean? I got my eyes on people that have enough money to buy a country, or a small country, or some small islands, some large islands and stuff like that. So.
Okay, so hold that one thought. We have on YouTube, since it's an open Q&A type of situation going on today. We have AP Express. His question was basically he said, "What's going on?" He says, "Say my G, I signed up for the just in case reparation on March 23rd. What's your thoughts and feelings towards this event?"
I don't, just like I said when I posted the video. I mean, it could be a bunch of bullshit. I don't know, but just in case, I put my bid in. It's not gonna hurt me. So I mean, and if it is to be a reality, if it is what they say it is, it's something that many people need to be involved in, and at least put their place their votes in order to be any sort of possibility for that money to drop. So like I said, I'm not putting my necessarily stamp of approval on it. I'm just saying, I'm just letting y'all know something I'm personally entertaining myself. So then if March come around and shit, I get my $100,000, y'all be like, damn, why you ain't tell me? Y'all can't say I didn't tell you. But at the same time, with me telling you, my disclaimer is that you can't say I didn't tell you. I really don't know. You know, I haven't even really looked deep into it outside of that because I don't have time to. You know what I'm saying? I put my little time and energy in. I posted it. I shared it. You know, hopefully, you know, enough people get involved and get the votes. And if it's real, the money drops and everybody can ball out. Who knows? But if not, get back to work. You know.
Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna kind of jump back and forth if you don't mind, because we're gonna, of course, give people, you know, the respect of answering questions when they do ask questions on YouTube, and I'll log in on Facebook too to kind of juggle back and forth. But
That's somebody I want to talk back to.
the person who
My man's now Michi Slay on Facebook. If he on
okay,
if he on Facebook, he could tap in. He one of the only people that give me like these challenging debates.
okay. So
So tap in, bro. Don't just laugh at the, don't just laugh at the video. Tap in.
I
What's
say
up?
tap in, Michi Slay. Where you at, Michi? Okay, well, while we waiting for Michi, so the next question, let's see who else we have here. All right. So no, you know what? Okay. So Tangela says, "Hello, I want to know if there is any information on your website that references how to handle traffic tickets, especially in commercial vehicles. So, do you have any information on Hellraiser Legacy?"
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So Tangela, what you need to do is subscribe and become a member of the Hellraiser Legacy, honey. And it's tons and tons of information in regards to traffic tickets and how to discharge that, and etc.
Yeah, I want to stick. I want to stick to the general basics.
Okay.
Like we was talking about the essence of how we even get to the point of influence, becoming an influencer.
Okay. So let me ask you a question though. How, because there's a lot of influencers out there. How how do you know if, well, I'm not gonna ask that question. That's kind of personal. I'm not gonna ask that. I'll wait till they off camera because I don't want to be like Dr. Jekyll and Hyde up in here.
What are you talking about?
How do you bridge the gap between, like, because the conscious community is really small. It's kind of like everybody kind of know everybody. You can just Google who are the most popular conscious, you know, influencers nowadays. How are we able to bridge a gap amongst that to all become one?
Everybody got to get. Everybody got to stop letting they head get stuck in their ass. What happens is that goes back to the inner circle. You know, people, you know, may get certain, especially in this game that I'm in. You know, the information world. You know what I'm saying? We're in a world of information. Information is limited, you know, because we got unlimited access to information. It's all about who can gather the most information, and who can dissect and relay the information back to the people the most effective. That's pretty much the game, you know, and that's the challenge. But and so people get caught up in the whole competitive aspect of it, where it becomes a game of, you know, hoarding information or limiting information from the masses and stuff like that, just for the sake of their own personal, you know, power or ego. Now, certain information does need to be managed and regulated to protect, you know, but if it's not on that aspect, I disagree with, you know, withholding information or using information to put over people's head.
Okay, so Alvin Carter L says they need to drop their egos, which you just stated that people, you know, that the influencers need to kind of drop their egos too as well and come together as a team and everybody get the mission done.
Yeah, that was my objective when I first started going public, was to bring bring everybody together to one platform. Everybody bring their opinions, their understanding, their perspective, and we hash everything out to come up with the best resolutions to our most difficult problems.
Okay.
But that don't work out very long. Uh, I mean, I think people tend to feel threatened for some apparent
Why is
reason.
that though?
At no point in time, ever in time, have I ever feel threatened about another person or another man or another woman being being on my platform or being next to me, speaking to my people. I've never felt. If anything, I get like a hard on. You know what I'm saying? Of like I love being in the room with somebody that can, like go head to head and toe to toe on some information. You know what I'm saying? So I just be looking for people that can, stand their own ground and walk it just as much as they talk it. And to be, I look for great challenges. You know what I'm saying? Because, but not for the form of like the retarded debates that we see in the conscious community, where you just arguing for no apparent reason.
Right.
The only point of a debate is to come to a common understanding or resolution to a problem, not to say who's right and who's wrong. The point is, I can care less who's right or who's wrong. I don't care about being right. I care about what makes sense, what works. Anything else, I don't want to hear it. In this game, I'm tired of seeing paperwork as proof.
Right.
Stop
right.
showing me paperwork. Somebody say, "Well, how do you know this work?" Look right here on the paper. I don't care. I don't care about black words on paper. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it relates to people relating these processes to money and stuff like that. Look, I'm a millionaire. Show me a piece of paper. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me your money. You can't talk. You can't teach people how to become self-sustaining, independent, wealthy, or talk wealth. Wealth language. If you're a person that still stays in your mama's basement, let's stop the shenanigans. If you don't have control over your own household, let's stop the shenanigans. So,
I totally agree with that. That's 100% with that. Stop the shenanigans.
Like it's ridiculous to people that, and what's even more ridiculous than the people that do that is the people that actually believe the bullshit they say. They don't even check these people out. Like do no background checks on no aspects as far as credibility and track record of proven success. And the first thing we need to evaluate is their personal lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, can't nobody teach you how to achieve anything outside of what they've already achieved themselves.
Exactly. Unless they can kind of show proof and say, okay, well, I was at this level with it. I mean, because sometimes life does happen, unfortunately. Some people go through mishaps and they may have fallen off, but they're growing back. But you can kind of show a tangible receipt of, okay, this is the lifestyle I lived. This, I'm working towards this, So, yeah.
I mean, we could be honest with it too. Some people just be 100% are just 100% cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just 100%. Like, I don't even like leaving people room to assume or giving the wrong impression on nothing. I do a lot. That's why I do a lot of disclaimers.
Right.
Now what a person perceives off something is not really, that's not on me. People gonna think what they want anyway if they're not in my actual reality. But if somebody asks me a question relates to something, I'm gonna give them a solid answer. Very close to reality. I don't got to tell nobody all my business. But I don't got to stun the front either.
Right. And I think that's why, you have a lot of people that do respect who you are as a person and as a businessman, because you kind of, you ain't no kind of, but you do what you say what you do. The life that you do live is out in the open, and it's, you're living the lifestyle, period. In the private, and also too, you're showing everyone that this is, how you make the changes, and how you make the moves in order to be successful in the private. So, with that being said, let's see what questions we have here. Let's go down. I'm getting a lot of like other questions that's asking about processes, but I know you probably don't want to answer any.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so y'all, he don't want to answer any questions about processes at this time. You know, if you guys have any other questions, that's fine too. He's able to answer that. So you went back to your influencer. So with business, you did that one. So what about maybe like a spiritual influencer?
I hope Michi pop in. It's gonna get fun.
You,
You say,
I'm not even on Facebook yet. I'm still on YouTube. Alvin Carter L says, he said, "What's up, bro?" We have Now Whisper It says, "Guy, bro, 100." Let's see. So Tangela, she did say that she is a member. So you know what, Tangela, what you'll have to do is basically type in the bar at the top on the information that you're seeking, and it should be a search bar at the top, and you should basically get all the information that you're looking for there. Okay, so he's looking for Michi Slay. I don't know why, y'all. He wants this Michi Slay. I'm about to go on Facebook too, because he's trying to turn into a debate. Oh, ain't no debate? Oh, okay. You just want Michi Slay on here. He want to holler at Michi Slay, y'all. Let's see.
I don't get excited to see a lot of people.
You don't get excited to see a lot of people. Let's go. Find Michi Slay. Any other questions, guys? Let's see. Questions.
Ask some good ones.
Any other questions, guys? Good
You
questions.
can't put the questions on them. You're supposed to be the interviewer.
Ah, stop it.
If you so happen to
So
come
baby says, "Hi tribe, what's going on, baby?" Let's see. HTV3 says, "Peace, everyone." Yosharn says, "Great day, people." All
Yo.
right, everybody checking in.
Yo.
Hey, checking in with you, Hellraiser. All right. So let me ask you a question, because I'm just really curious. For example, like the conscious, like influencers, like maybe like Brother Polite or Dr. Umar. Why you look like that?
I ain't say nothing.
What's with Dr. Umar?
I didn't say nothing.
I just said Dr. Umar. Like, he's a mentor.
Yeah, he's a good speaker too.
He's a good speaker. So, like, my question is, how are you able to, like, how do you guys kind of like connect? Like, I don't think he's really into the private side.
Yeah, well, we can tell.
Yeah, I don't think he's into the private side. He does,
What
rock.
people need to understand is now outside of any other issues he might have, what?
Oh, Athar Raheem says, "What's a good commodity or stock to acquire?"
That's hard. I can't speak on that. You talking about investing? If you wanna, I'm all about protecting and reserving my capital, my money, and I like things to be as close as guaranteed as possible. So if it's all about me saving and preserving my money, I'm dumping everything. I'm dumping all that shit into a life insurance policy. Period. Then after that is established, I use the cash value that's acquired on a yearly basis on that life insurance policy to move those into investment pools like what?
So what type of life insurance? Are you talking about term, whole life? Like what type of
Both.
actual?
Both.
Both.
We need to do whole life, of course, so the shit don't lapse and you don't leave your family with nothing. But term life can be leveraged as well. If you only can acquire the term life because of financial reasons or whatever like that, you can. It's not a bad thing to start off with a term life, but just make sure that you customize that policy so that it works in your best favor and you don't lose. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get caught into a term life where you get it today, but 10 years later, or how many years down the line, you got to retake a medical, and 10 years later, you halfway sick and on your deathbed, You want to lock into something that doesn't require you, that you're going to be locked in at that price, and you're going to be locked in up under that same medical. And then you want to also customize it to be a convertible term life insurance policy. So that means before the 10-year policy ends, you can convert that over into a whole life policy. So that's how you can do that.
Okay.
And now once you convert that over to a whole life policy, now you can start getting those, those dividends plus that cash value, in which the policy starts to pay for itself. We was getting on a good topic. You talking about Claude Anderson? I fucks with Claude. I fuck with Dr. Watkins too. Yeah, I like Claude hits on a lot of different things, a lot of the foundational things too. Yeah, it's a lot of people. I learned from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I said, I do have my favorites or whatever that I always go back to for our foundational reasons. But Claude is on my list. I got Claude's book right here. Where is it at? Black Labor, White Wealth. Yeah, I got that Claude on deck.
Okay.
Yeah, we was talking about Dr. Umar's and
Oh
shit
my
like that.
God.
Let's stay focused. Good stuff. Don't.
No, we want to answer the people's questions too. You know, I'm just trying to get them something.
No disrespect, I love my people, but they're asking me the same questions. A lot of them ask me the same questions that we already go over. That we cover that in lectures. This is an open forum talking about stuff outside of that.
Okay, so you said with
So
Dr. Umar's.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, that he's not operating in the private.
No.
He's what are your thoughts about that? Like, do you think that he can actually reach?
If Umar knew the things that we knew, he would not have the issues that he's had, and he would have actually been more successful. And he wouldn't have to do things the way he was doing things. He contradicts himself with his strategies. You can't say fuck the government, but you're using government resources and government technology, or funding platforms to fund your campaign against the government. Of course they're gonna lock your shit up. They're gonna freeze your accounts. Of course they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't run an anti-government campaign through Cash App. Okay, let's start. Like, you talking about a crazy, intelligent man, but a lot of these brilliant people are lacking some basic common sense.
So you know who else is a cool influencer too? That's like a YouTube conscious guy, but he doesn't talk about the private. He talks, I guess, like a conscious guy in the spiritual aspect. Young Pharaoh. Mm-hmm. He's not really into the private capacity. I think Brother Polite. I think he's into that. Is he? Yeah, I think he talks. Is Brother Polite into the private?
No one knows.
What y'all think about Brother Polite? Somebody say he's an agent.
Polite is a very what word can I use?
Oh my!
He's intelligent, but it's one of them things where you are is a person utilizing their knowledge or their intelligence for good or evil. You know what I'm saying? He is an incredible. He's a psychologist too, just like Dr. Umar as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people are psychologists. That's why they know how to fuck with your head to get you to send them all this goddamn money untracked through Western Union and shit. And you know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of, when I see stuff like that, that tells me the mass majority of people have no fucking clue about the basics of general good business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's certain things you just don't do. Yeah. It's certain things that should have been a red flag. Like, if I'm going to send you a certain amount of money, nigga, this shit is going to be tracked and docked. Period.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of that, like I said, these people are psychologists. You know, so at some point, they're so intelligent and so psychotic at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's like, they know how to manipulate you in the situation, but so good that they'll get themselves to believe the bullshit that they selling you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can sit down with a professional, let's say insurance agent or whatever, you know, and I'm good at feeding information too, you know what I'm saying? It don't take me to as long as I get the concept, I know it, you know what I'm saying? And I might get to know it better than that person in about a year or so. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't lock myself in a box when I'm going trying to understand something. Like I don't get lost into the words and all that stuff. Once I figure out the concept, it's a wrap.
Right.
But the Facebook shut down, so we shut down on that. Hopefully,
all right. So we just on YouTube then.
We good.
So
I'm waiting for Michi to pop in. So now. So that's the whole thing, you know. So at some point, like I said, it's a lot of good things that Polite has done, but it's a lot of negative stuff that he's been tied to too. You know, Dr. Umar, I feel like everybody has played a good positive role. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And could and should be a key character within their own particular areas. You know what I'm saying? All we need from that point is everybody to come together in their own areas of focus and bring everything together, because we still are losing and missing out in different areas, but they portray themselves as being the people that know it all and have it all, and they're not really exposing what they don't. Like, we should not be afraid to let people know like what we understand and what we don't understand.
Exactly.
It's some shit I know, it's some shit I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna say, because my word is everything. So if I tell y'all this, damn, I gotta damn near take responsibility for that. So I'd rather tell you what I know, what I don't know.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Whoever don't respect that, that's a personal problem.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with you were talking about. You got a lot of mind, you know, people play with mind games, play tricks with the mind and things of that nature when it does come to feeding information, unfortunately.
Young Pharaoh, cool. He always, it's like, Young Pharaoh always had like, even when he was like extraordinarily, you know, off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I always felt like he was gonna grow into himself, and he's growing more into himself. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the young ones I am paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? And make sure they on the right page or whatever.
Yeah, but I've never heard him talk about the private capacity though. He's a conscious brother, but I've never, you know, dealing with spirituality, but not necessarily dealing with business. Like, I think that's what, you know, when you go on that side, that's what the areas that they're lacking. Okay.
Well, it's an area that everybody's lacking in.
Okay.
Which is why we need to know how and when to feed off each other.
Right.
You know, not think like, yo shit is the beginning of and end of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what we do need to know for sure, no matter what areas, even though what I just said is fact, there is areas that we can't ignore.
For example,
the private sector. You know what I'm saying? These great bodies of information that all these people in the conscious community are talking about, they can't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? You got all this information, we unlocking all this history, and we're debating about it. Yeah, brother, we're blah blah, we're this and we're that. We studied this in ancient Kemet. Blah 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 blah. Okay, what now, motherfucker? Nobody has the what now.
Right.
When you say what now, it's like, I don't know, shit, I don't know. What now, nigga?
What's the solution to
There is no solution. They're just it's just argument and debate.
Right.
Because nobody can apply none of the shit they talking about into the new world.
Right. Exactly, to the modern world. Because
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
So if we focus on the foundational pieces, the place that we all got to go, no matter we want to, no matter if we realize it or not, we got to go through this dark place. You know what I'm saying? If we focus on that dark place, you could send me in a room with Polite, all these guys. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. I'm gonna take in what I need to take in. Just like a fucking division question in mathematics. I'm gonna break things down to its lowest terms, because all that shit is like blah 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 blah. What does this mean in essence? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean? We don't got to keep reading the same books over and over and over again. Quit
Right.
digging so far back in history where you're losing the concept of reality.
Right.
Quit
Yeah.
digging so far back in history.
Yeah.
You have lost the glimpse of reality.
Right. Right. Oh, okay. So, someone asked the question is, they said, my question is the one that how the economy is drastically changing. What are some good choices of businesses, I guess, to start up? So, what would you say are recommendations of good businesses to start up, dealing with how the economy is? What would be great starter businesses? That's probably like low efficient in cost and that can have a good turnout.
Anything online. But no matter what you're doing, you want to be able to. Your business need to have. Okay, pick whatever you want to. After you decide what you want to do, the next objective is to figure out mobility. How can I turn this, make this business mobile? Meaning you can operate it here, there, wherever you go in the world. Secondly, it's automation. How do I automate? Now, after you develop your own system and operations within your business, after you become the master of that, how do you duplicate it? How do you put somebody in position to do it? And now, how do you automate that? How does that business run while you sleep? That's it. And that can be done with any business. What we got to understand is, just because you're the creator or the owner of a business doesn't mean that you're supposed to be. If I say, hey, I'm gonna open up a bar, that doesn't mean that it was meant for me to be at my bar every night working behind the counter because it's my bar. No, my job is to hire somebody to manage the bar.
Right.
But we see a lot of that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not about what you do, it's how you do it. And they really don't matter. At this point, at first I used to think that mattered. It really don't matter what you're doing. As long as you understand those factors, then you're good.
Okay, I got somebody that says, Lloyd Longsir says, a lot of people don't know about what private and public means, which I guess that's a comment, which I agree. Somebody says that you're the truth. Shiite says, for sure. So we do have William Council that says, why, I guess he's saying, why the hell everybody trying to charge the people for information? That's a good question.
Well,
why do the influencers charge people for information?
It all depends on, everything is circumstantial. It all depends on, because that question can be taken a couple of different ways. Because if you asking that question in the voice of a person that believes that a person should give you something for free, then you have the world sadly mistaken. There's nothing in this fucking world free at all, no matter how much you want it to be. Because this book wasn't free. I had to buy it. If I wanted this information, if I wanted a piece of this man's mind, I had to invest into this man's intellectual property. And this book is only a percentage of this man's mind, intellect and concept on whatever topics and information that he's trying to relay to us. You know, but if I wanted to get on the phone with this man for a consultation, it's gonna cost, because you're not paying necessarily for the 30 minutes to an hour. You're paying for somebody to give you their personal experience, which means now you have an opportunity to skip a lot of heartache and a lot of failures, because they're telling you where the pitfalls are at. So that's why we need to respect a person's time. Information is infinite and free, but it took. Ask yourself, whoever asks that question, whoever feels the same way needs to ask yourself the same question. how long did that person take to acquire the information that they want the person to transfer over to them? What did it take? Let's talk about the countless of hours that a countless of years I had to put into studying and to digging information out, paying for certifications, paying for this, paying for software, paying for computer, paying for all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you don't go a person that's extraordinarily disrespectful for anybody to believe that something is supposed to be handed to them without some type of. And my thing is, it's never really about money. A person need to understand there needs to be a balance, and that there needs to be an equal transfer of energy in some way, form, or fashion. There's people that come to me, you know what I'm saying, all the time with. They might not have money, they might have something else of value. But it needs to be of value to me though, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people come and be like, you got some people like, hey man, I got some information and it be shit that I had 20 years ago. Right. You know, you really don't know what would be of value to me because you don't really know what the hell I got, what I don't have. Okay. You see what I mean? So, but if you happen to have a certain piece of value, now, if you're a person that pays attention, you know, like I can sit back and pay attention to somebody and know what the fuck they want or what the fuck they need. You know what I'm saying? And without question, I can sit right in front of them and tell them what they need. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a person that can identify that and sit right there flat out in front of somebody and offer them that particular piece of information, then yeah, you have that type of leverage. But other than that, you need to pay your way in this game. You know what I'm saying? In the world in general. The same people that ask that question. Now, am I saying that the people that out here charging thousands of dollars and finesse, and because on the flip side, you have people that know that the large majority of people in this particular game are ignorant as far as lack of information or lack of understanding of the information that's being received. So you have the people that know that. So these people might not be nowhere near the smartest and the most in the group, but they have the gift of gab. They know how to talk to your ass, and y'all believe anything they fucking say, like terribly. So what happens is they get all your money. You cried because they didn't give you an actual solution. They just gave you some shit and told you to go on by your way. Then you come with this sob story to somebody like me and expect me to give you a handout. Shit not gonna happen. You know, even though the door of the church is always open. But this the thing. Unless you talk about an individual that uses information as a way to manipulate and take advantage of the ignorance of the people, then I don't agree with that. So it's two sides of the fence. Other than that, we need to show appreciation for people that put in the time and energy to be able to have the ability to be able to give you some information or give you something that can uplift you. People want to be saved and uplift for shit. Brother, everybody your brother in this game. If I counted how many brothers and sisters I had, I would have a fucking army right now. I would never go without people. You know what I'm saying? I would never go without people. Everybody's my brother and my sister. Today, when I give them some shit, I don't see their ass for 2 or 3 years. And then people are information whores. Yeah. You see a motherfucker over here, over there, just letting it drop. Information whores. Like wonder why they confused and shit. Information whores. So I don't have those days for me I through. You know what I'm saying? Like I say what I say and I do what I do. And people either respect it or they don't. You know what I'm saying? I try to show as much proof and evidence of my personal reality as I possibly can to show evidence of me actually taking advantage and utilizing the information that I'm actually giving out. And this stuff is not hard to identify. But people obviously are blind these days. You getting sold by people that still stay at home with their mamas. The nonsense has to stop. William counsel, don't William say, I don't buy shit that I can do my own research. That's why you should do your own fucking research. Absolutely. Do your own fucking research. Don't even ask for the shit. Do your own fucking research. Because if you look at, if somebody look at my track record, I've been doing videos consistently for how many years now? Giving out the same information, more information, updated information. And then I have things that I do that's more on the private side, in my private lectures, that I require a certain donation. Period. I'm not gonna give the world, open up my hand and my personal intellectual properties or intellect or concept to the world of people that don't give a fuck about me or the people, that could possibly take information, misuse it, or use it against me, that possibly destroy or fuck up a process. My attitude is fuck you for whoever don't understand that shit. Period. Bunch of begging ass people that want you to get them some shit. Brother, spent their whole life fucking up, but they want you to get them all the answers and change their reality like this. Oh, I got a court case. I need you to help me. They've been watching you for 5 years, but they wait till they get into some bullshit to the week of to put forth the effort and reaching out and actually getting on the phone, having a consultation, figuring out what can they do, what can't they do. Now by the time you get on the phone, you haven't given yourself enough time to even put together a strategy of defense that could possibly help you out in the situation. And then what happens then is, oh man, the processes don't work, man. This don't. Now you badgering the process. Now you doubting the process. How you doubt some shit? How you doubt a process and then you didn't give the process due time to process? How does this work? How does this work? People be looking for musicians. People want musicians these days. Say every worker is worthy of their hire. Absolutely. Let me plug up this laptop, y'all. Yo, Meech, what's crack-a-lacking? What's crack-a-lacking?
My fault, man. I seen you was you wanted me to get on the live with you, and I apologize, man. I had jumped off because I was answering some other questions. I had jumped off. I was focused on what they were saying, but I had to come back and listen to your video, and I'm like, damn.
Hey, look,
whatever you call my name, I gotta answer.
I was saying the same thing. I'm like, I see you liked it. I'm like, man. I say, ain't a lot of people I get excited for seeing. I'm like, man, I gotta holler at Meech, man. I'm like, look, my Facebook died out though. My phone died on the Facebook, but sure, let me see.
Hey, you go out to start a celebrity page.
I gotta start a celebrity page. Nah, you gotta start a celebrity page. You got a cult following. you got some shit. Nah. It's like you know, it's a little different, man. I didn't seen you do something before, man. We ain't gonna bring it up. I seen some stuff before, man. You got some people behind you, man. See, I got to convert my people into the actual loyal individuals. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, I got like a 50% ratio of actual people that just watch because they want to know what the fuck I'm saying, and then people that actually support, the whole movement and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, you definitely have. I feel like you definitely have more people that actually genuinely like love and respect you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Shoot, I say the same about you. Because every time I turn around, I'm seeing you do something or hear somebody talk about something you have already done.
Man, I got to keep it moving, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, what I wanted to talk to you about, okay, so we found a way to revoke that SS5 form. And I was like, Neo need to know about this because I know he won't do that in a way. Okay?
Okay.
So what we're running up under is the Dodd-Frank Act. Okay, any form that was compiled or furnished to give you a false sense of belief or hope. Okay, this is grounds under Title X. You want to write this down, or I can take it to you. No worries.
You say Title X.
Yeah, Title X 111-203. Okay, we're coming up under that. This is the Dodd-Frank Act, which goes back into consumer protections. Now, that SS5 form is a immigration document. Okay, how do we know this? We research the OMB number. And we pay attention to box 17 on the actual form. Okay? So by our mothers not getting full disclosure, okay, our mothers can okay, I'm quite sure you didn't already renamed yourself and made it legitimate, so you successfully took control over that minor security.
Definitely.
Okay. Now it's going back to that registrar to collapse that trust and get that estate back that's in the vault. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And getting that original birth record out that vault and just be done with the state entirely because, they need a death certificate. They haven't showed up in the last 30-something years, 40-something years. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen not one trustee show up on your behalf to discharge any debt, to do anything on your behalf.
True.
So all these motherfuckers are fired. Okay? So we fired them. Okay. I did this back in 2017 when I was at the Court of Claims. I fired the United States in my former office, and they accepted it. Now, granted, the case got dismissed, but they had to grant something before they could dismiss the case because they know the other side never responded, and they know the other side were members of the government. So I caught trustee in trust violation. So what did I do? I dissolved it and did it through the Court of Claims. This is how I was able to retrieve my property back in the United States. I had to show that they harmed me and they're harming other people. I did the Hobbs Act. I did the Buck Act. I mean, I put so much legislation in that case, bro, back in 2017. And you can go research it. Holder versus U.S., 2017. You know what I'm saying? And back in 2015, I got a judge to admit that there is no judicial power, man.
Right.
So it's like, I'm paving the way. I'm trying to help pave the way, for people to come in through the door behind me. The door open. All they got to do is sit back and read and check it out. Once they granted that informal properties, they had to release my entire estate because that's what I put down there to pay for the case. I am a prepaid individual, according to the Social Security Act of 1935, according to the 1913 Federal Reserve Act and the 1940 Smith Act. These all tell us that we are the credit of this nation.
Let's do a whole nother lecture. I want to do it right though. I don't want to do it off this off the speakerphone and stuff like that.
Do a Zoom.
Yeah,
Zoom, right?
exactly. Yeah, let's do the Zoom.
We'll do a Zoom. Go ahead and schedule it, and I'll make myself available. Just let me know what time. I'll make myself available. Right.
Yeah, let's do that shit. I'm good tomorrow, the next day, whenever.
Okay, Monday. All right. I ain't got too much going on tomorrow. Let's shoot for about 7 o'clock tomorrow. You in the Chicago, right?
Let's shoot for seven Central. I'll put it together.
7 Central. Okay, so it'll be 8 o'clock.
I don't wanna, by all due respect, you know what I'm saying, even though, we have, different concepts and perspectives and whatever, like, I 100%, I respect everything you do and, everything you've been doing and whatever you're talking about, so I wanna make sure I'm set up with, with everything I need to do, my notepad, we going through all this stuff together, and so we can lay it all out for the people. I want everybody to properly hear what you're saying, and so we can have a proper dialogue and stuff like that.
That's what's up. Definitely. And I get with you before so we can come up with that, get that together.
Indeed.
Because, man, like I said, it's a dawn of a new era, man, and we got things that we can do now. Like I said, we can rescind our signatures on any of those applications that got us new cards, and our parents can start revoking those applications left and right. Because like I said, the state has stolen our identity to the point where they're using your name and receiving the federal grant under your number every fiscal year. So it's like, we're revoking that power of attorney over the name, over the whole estate.
Now, is this in relation to actually receiving a death certificate and liquidating the death certificate?
No, giving them a death certificate.
You giving them a death certificate?
Hell yeah. Giving them a death certificate. We can write up our own death certificate.
Gotcha.
You haven't been here, I haven't seen you in the last 40-something years. So you're considered to be dead.
Okay. So we can put together basically a certificate of assumed death.
That's correct, yes. Hell yeah. A declaration of assumed death.
Declaration of, exactly.
On my behalf.
Absolutely.
Right, so we gotta get used to doing declarations of proclamations.
Exactly, and get away from them affidavits. The man and the woman declares.
That's right. Declare. That's correct. Declare and we decree. Good. So you make a declaration and you put a decree with it. Now watch how far that goes. I promise you, it's gonna take you very far. They can't fuck with that declaration and decree.
Yeah, that might have to be the name that we titled the video, Declaration of Assumed Death. Declare decree of assumed death. Okay.
Yeah, so once we start exposing that SS5 for that social security number is an immigration document, now we can go back and get what's rightfully ours because we can fraud. We can show a trust violation. Okay, if you can expose a trust violation, you have an obligation to dissolve the trust and take back what's yours. And that's everything that was created in your name, all credits, all accounts, all setups, all discharges, and not just limited, not limited to convictions. All that shit is income. I've also exposing these tax preparers. I posted that on my page today. Lady from here, I talked to her personally. I told her, like, you filing taxes the wrong way.
Now what you mean?
Well, she's filing tax returns under income.
Right.
Okay, she's filing under income, and that's the wrong tax class. That's the wrong tax class. The wrong tax class. The proper tax class, if you're going to file anything with the damn IRS, because you shouldn't be filing nothing with the IRS in the first place. Because you're not a corporation, nor are you not a legal entity. So you're a consumer, a natural person at the end of the day. So it doesn't apply to you. It's not applicable to the natural person. But however, when they're filing the W-2 as income, that's the improper class. So what they're leaving on the table is their energy and labor. Okay, the employer, they're only so-called compensating you for your time. Okay, and they consider that to be wages. Okay, but what the employer is failing to compensate you on as well is your energy and labor. So it is our job, since majority of these companies are Fortune 500 companies, It is our job to submit labor and energy and labor demands. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is your energy and labor that's funding the company, along with your finances, with your name and signature on that job application. Okay, so the application is actually what's paying you the duration while you're there at that company. So they already got an amount, an allotment from you because they sold that application for a undisclosed amount. So say for instance, you got hired that day, you worked the day, and then you get fired that day. Well, technically you still got ownership of the company.
Right.
Because you gave personal data and a signature that held a price tag on it, and the company never disclosed that. So we have all of our employers on the hook now for false and misleading representation because of those job applications. I'm not an employee, I'm the fucking employer. I'm not the debtor, I'm the creditor. I'm not the customer, I'm the consumer. So, when we label ourselves, we can wear plenty hats. We got a lot of hats we can wear.
So what is the tax preparer supposed to file as far as a person come in that was a W-2 employee?
They're supposed to file it on a 706 or a 709.
I got you.
Okay.
So
This is a gift.
Yeah, gifts and donations.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So that's what we file it as. We don't file it as income because when you file it as a gift, you get a chance to receive 3 times the amount
Mm-hmm.
of the gross income. You get 3 times that. But
Now,
they're leaving it on the table.
now that's the secret.
It's abandoned property. Put it like that. It's abandoned property.
Yeah, what gives us the power to do that? Which is why, I know exactly which forms you was talking about when we authenticate our birth certificate, because that's what the authentication means. That's what the title is on the authenticated birth certificate.
Yeah, right. Well, that's true. But even if you didn't have the birth certificate authenticated, it's still the same thing. Because that certificate is, self-authenticated.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes somebody, either you, your mama, your daddy, or one of your kids to get that certificate authenticated. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's self-authenticated.
Right.
Okay? Because only those people can get that certificate in the first place. And then secondly, they're the only ones that can get it authenticated. Okay? So, but once that raised seal is on there, okay, that's a valid document according to the bylaws of that corporate state. So that's an account. That's an account on the books with the treasury. We got so many accounts out here, man. It's pathetic.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Man,
I already know.
And we got all these immigrants running around in our estates. So what we do is we do a 314 meeting. You know what a 314 meeting is, right?
No, what's the 314?
Oh, we're going to rap about that tomorrow.
Okay.
It's under bankruptcy. I want you to study. Okay, this is where I got something for you to study.
Okay.
I know you're a smart man, and I know you're going to study. Okay, when you realize you can do a 314 meeting at any time.
Is this through the United States bankruptcy that's already present?
Yeah, through the existing bankruptcy that's already present.
That make 100% sense to me. That make 100% sense to me. Yeah. Now, the question I've always had was that number that you just said to do that.
What that?
Yeah, I always knew. It's like I already knew that. I already understood that concept. But it's like, okay, my thing was, okay, what is the damn case number for that bankruptcy?
Right. That's an account. That's an account. It's tied to the Fed. It's tied to the Treasury. It's tied to the IMF. It's tied to the CRIS account, the CAFR account.
As we acquire more and more debt, we'll just file things into the bankruptcy that's been already established through the United States corporation.
Oh wow.
That
Makes perfect sense.
That makes 100% sense to me. That makes sense.
And this is where you get your credit from. Because they never paid you for the price tag that's on your signature or your personal data usage. Okay? So when you call that 314 creditors meeting, you bring in all your so-called creditors into one room. And you letting them know, here's the price tag for this signature and personal data. I need you to write a check immediately. Because they know you the creditor at the end of the day. They needed something from you in order to create a debt. He who creates the debt is the what? Creditor. Without the consumer, you got nothing. So this is why consumer protections are so valuable. Because here's the 3 laws that describe consumer protection. That's the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the Truth in Lending Act, and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, all 3 of these laws deal with our natural estates. Okay, these also are the only 3 laws that are revolving around nature. Okay, Title 15, if you get into Title 15, dear brother, 1 + 5 is 6. That goes back to May.
Wait, did you say
It's not until man become into, right. It's not until man become into his higher consciousness and his higher being and his higher state is where he get that +1, where it turns him into what? God.
Mm-hmm.
You've recognized your godliness, God body. Ain't nobody got to tell you that. You just see it all over. You feel it in your words that you speak and your actions. So, we ready to transcend in that 5th dimension. Okay, and we can't go there in these bodies. Okay, so you still here that we got to do, because once you do it, once you complete that task, it's on the bigger and better things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm waiting for that day.
Right.
I already seen it. I already seen it. I've been dreaming about it. We're the masters of our own destiny, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's what God wants.
Okay, so I took some notes so I can I'm gonna tighten up on some stuff before we speak tomorrow, so I can have any type of questions I'm gonna have as far as the information is related. And
okay,
so
some topics. Let's come up with the topics right quick right now. And I'll let you go and get it out of here. I know you're a very busy man.
I got my title 11-203.
Right.
Title X 111-203. I got my 314 creditors meeting. I got of course the whole concept of declaration decree of assumed death. I got that the 314 is related to the it's gaining our credits through the United States bankruptcy.
Correct. And then, don't forget, your notice and warning to everybody that you're doing business with in a commercial capacity. Put them on notice of your signature value and your personal data value. Okay, remember, you still having problems with PayPal?
I just don't fuck with them no more.
Oh, see, you didn't do what I told you to do.
Man, I ain't had the time, man. I just took my money. So what should I have done with them?
What you should have done was send them a notice of signature value and personal data usage and an invoice, and let them know they have 72 hours to update the account to reflect this value. Because if they don't, you're going to send them over to who? Collections. Because you attempted to collect the debt, they failed to pay. You sell it to collections. Now, the value you put on your personal data and signature is up to you when it comes to PayPal. Because they need you at the end of the day. You never needed it. Okay, so that account is unlimited. All you have to do is send that revocation of power of attorney in and seize control over the account. The account number belongs to you. The name belongs to you. So the whole entire account only exists off of you. And you remember, the word account means what? Somebody has owed a large sum of money on your behalf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do is put them on notice of the signature value and the data usage, the revocation of power of attorney, and you letting them know I will be further alerting you that what's in the account. Don't let them tell you what's in the account. You tell them what's supposed to be in the account. You're the principal account holder.
Got it.
And the principal is the one who makes the rules. So whatever the agreement is false and misleading because it's one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
So revoke the power of attorney that's hidden in the agreement with your bank, with all your accounts, with every account. You put them on notice. You use that trust and let that, and the trust should have did that before it was created. There's a lot of people out here creating trust, but they're not placing the value on that trust. And that value is unlimited.
All right, I got it all down.
So that's where the wealth management come in at. Because you the wealthy one, everybody else broke. Them corporations broke. You the wealthy, we the wealthy ones. It's just people don't put value to their personal data and signature. We're just out here creating Federal Reserve notes or credit or debt. I know. So, we've learned our monetary system. We know fractional reserve lending. And we know that fractional reserve lending requires collateral. And that collateral comes from each and every one of us. From every second you breathe, you're given collateral. Because you helping somebody else breathe by producing oxygen. You ain't carbonated for nothing. You feel me?
Indeed. All right. I got something I want to run past you too off the air in relation to the mortgages, the auto loans, the student loans, credit cards, all that stuff.
Got you. Okay, come on.
So yeah, it's definitely gonna be something up your alley if you ain't already in that alley.
Oh yeah, you already know. We we got the Secretary of Education in contempt of court, right?
I can believe it.
Man, I've been calling the Department of Education every week asking for my check down there. Because they gotta pay you. Who created the debt? You did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta pay you. Because without you, the debt could not have been created. He creates the debt, created the money. Also,
There's a lot of people that's gonna be trying to get paid then. But
hey, baby, you better get your notice. You better get your notice in, and you better get on that recorded line, letting them know you've already claimed your asset.
So
get on the recorded line and just say, your name, and I claim my asset. When should I be expecting my refund from my student loan debt that's created by me?
All right, so look, our focus is just funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always focused then just on eliminating the debt liability. And it seemed like your focus always been getting the money back, getting a check.
Well,
So,
my focus is showing that I created the debt. So if I created the debt, I created the money for the debt.
well, yeah, if you're able to expose that, then you could you got the leverage to take it either way. You know what I'm saying? All of the above.
Right.
Which is why I want to show you something that pulls all that data and shows evidence of all transactions and relate to that debt in relation to your particular debt, in relation to your student loan debt, in relation to the auto loan debt and the mortgage debt. From beginning to all private trust companies that's in relation to the contract that you had no awareness of, which is another breach of contract because that's failure to disclose information. You know, I got some shit that I only can tell you in private.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Definitely. Trust me, you know I'm gonna be all ears in that conversation.
Yeah.
Because if it's dealing with the GATT, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trades, baby boy, let me tell you something. That Social Security number is a web for deception on both ends. On both ends. They using it for their benefit. Now, guess what? It's our time to use it for our benefit. Okay, that SSN number makes you the owner of all products and services that's under that number. And trusts and shell companies as well. So, You know what to do on that GMEI utility website, right?
That's how you find all them
You go,
accounts.
yeah, right. You go ahead and you print all that out and add it to your trust, and you take control over all that shit. And you start collapsing accounts that are connected to, because you got all the information right there on the GMEI utility website to do it. Like they say, we were born wealthy. Shit was already in our names.
Mm.
Once that name was registered, 6 days after that birth, that's when the account and the trust started.
Yeah, and that's
So as long
yeah.
as you already took control over the name, shit, baby. Well, hey, you see my new card, right? From Cash App, right? I'm gonna have to show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. They sent me a look. They took the Visa logo off on the front, because you know I was teaching them about the Cash App, how to make the Cash App score unlimited, right?
Nah.
So yeah, we did a whole show on it. In the Hope, with my Hope organization, helping other people affected. You know, it's a private membership association, so
Okay.
you know we was exposing how to turn the Cash App unlimited. You got to seize control over the account first. You find that BIN number, find that BIN number. Once you find that BIN number, there's an account executive attached to that BIN number that's over that account. You have to fire his ass. Once you fire him, send him notice that he's been fired. Okay. You can turn the account unlimited, because you revoke the power of attorney that Visa, Cash App, and MetaBank has over the name.
So you turn the debit card, a prepaid debit card, into a credit card, unlimited credit card.
Unlimited credit card. Yep. And when it goes through, you order a new card. The only thing that's gonna be on the face of that card is your signature. That's the only thing that holds value. And you can let them know, don't put no logo on the front of that card, because first in line is first in time. My first and middle and last name is on the front of that card, and that's it. Everything else is on the back side.
Nah, I ain't see that one. We gotta. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show it to you right quick. Hold on, you my man. You want 100 grand. I don't mind showing you. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna show you mine. I'm gonna show you mine, and then I'm gonna show you my girls. Okay. She got her cash. All right, it's in your number. Check your number. Now you know how Cash App cards look, right? They black cards, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What? Quite ironic, huh? Yeah.
Of course, yeah. That's how we know it's something. See what they did? When I did this process, look what they did. They took that motherfucking Visa logo off of it. And look, you don't even see my Cash App handle on the bottom of it, because that's private. It's been trademarked. Registered. So they can't use it.
Interesting.
Once you give your Cash App handle.
Oh,
They took
right, the Visa, yeah.
And they took debit off of it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
you know what I'm saying?
Boy. Yeah, see. I'm gonna
Yeah.
They can say I don't know what I'm talking about, but hey, I know what I'm saying.
Hey man, hold on, man. I can't let you do me like that. I gotta slide some in your inbox too, real quick. Hold on. I gotta slide. So yeah, I'm liking that, man.
Yeah, baby, that signature is unlimited. What they say?
Man, you been saying that shit for the longest.
Think about this. Hey, account is always supposed to be at the zero balance. Why is
He said they
accounts
want to
supposed
see.
to be zero balance?
They like, we want to see how we get in touch with you.
You say it's always supposed to be at a zero balance?
Yeah, because for the simple fact, zero means balance in a credit and debt-based system. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so why would you want to be unbalanced at any point, whether it's positive or negative?
Right.
I rather control both sides. I'm gonna stay balanced at the end of the day until I can get something that's way up. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be in the black again, or the
Absolutely.
red, or even where I choose to be.
Mm.
You
Now,
know, people don't think about it like that. So your credit score is supposed to be zero.
He said it's hard to hear.
That shows that you are the issuer of credit. That proves that you are the issuer of credit. And that's all you've been doing your whole entire life. You've been issuing credit to people, giving it away. So they told us not to get a number up because they knew it was an unlimited bank account. Okay,
so,
that's tied in with the Fed.
so you saying
We know
the
number
credit
on
score is
that's
supposed to
tied
be
into
zero.
the Fed. Huh?
So you saying
Yeah,
the
it's
credit?
supposed to be zero.
Mm.
All your accounts are supposed to be zero. Positive, like I say, balance.
Hey, you know, hey, look, hey, Meech.
Yeah.
Meech, we got people like, man, we can't hear what y'all saying,
Right,
man.
exactly.
We gotta, man, let's go ahead, let's save it for them. I'm gonna do some homework tonight, and I'm gonna look through what I sent you through your inbox. Take a look at that, and
I'm waiting on it. It didn't come in yet. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. Let me go back out. Yeah, I didn't see it.
I'm gonna need you to have this, just in case. Oh, yeah, it should be there now.
No, let me come back out. It still ain't came up yet.
What's
But I probably have to wait till I get off the phone.
what's your email?
Hold on, let me see. MeechySlade@gmail.com.
Oh, wow. Hey, you might get like a whole bunch of damn. I don't know why this shit's sending all these damn. I'm just gonna send it through your email. Yeah, this gonna get your rocks off right here. You gonna love that. Just like I love what you just showed me. This gonna be all up your alley. Are you open it up? He said, "Look at."
Motherfucking man. Oh, you
So
just
what's
made my
happening,
heart
man? We want to know.
Prepaid for. Look, prepaid for.
Yes, sir.
Now, you actually proving this prepaid.
Exactly. We're proving all everything all the allegations, all the things we know but can't prove is all in that report. We even got the Bloomberg screenshot in there where the account was taken off the deficit off the debt.
I heard some motherfuckers with this. You just gave this to the wrong person. You gave this to the wrong man. Oh wow. I dare motherfucker tell me I can't walk in a car dealership and drive off with the title and keys. I dare a motherfucker to tell me now. Please.
Bro.
I got what I've been looking for. And you know what? It's the same process for the house.
Same process for the house. Because look, no matter what, the way they do the contracts, everything becomes a mortgage. everything becomes a mortgage.
I'm smack the shit out of you. I promise you.
Yeah, I want to say that for tomorrow.
So you want a new sneaker, right? Oh no. Yeah, she said she want an Audi, so I gotta go get the Audi.
Bro. Hey, look. Hey, my man just slid through. I forgot what kind he just got. A 2020 something, right?
2020.
A 2020 something, right? He go up in there with the truss. He go up there with the truss, and then the CPN behind the truss. He walks straight out with the car, right? 2 weeks later, tell me why they sent the MCO. They sent. They gave him the title, everything. Oh Lord, bro, when you send in when you send in that shit along with the affidavits, along with that report, them motherfuckers don't even say shit no more.
Right. They can't.
They can't say that. They don't want to go nowhere near a courthouse.
No, because you go win every time.
You can't duck it. You
Hold on. They owe you some money. Hold on.
yeah. It's a lot of money laundering going on in there.
Oh yeah, you need all that. Come on, everything Trade Capital created, you need in 72 hours. Get it right? 72 hours. Okay? Place a personal value on the signature of whoever the executor is and whoever signed for the property. Okay? And make these motherfuckers pay you in 72 hours. I'm gonna lay on the beach in Tahiti somewhere.
Oh, dang, man.
It gotta be the card. Okay, see, the card is being used for consumer goods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's no price tag on that, but it's registered to the trust. Okay, who said the trust can't be a consumer?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Thank you. Okay. So you rename that trust as or you label that trust as a consumer. Then that's when the shit really hits the fan. Because they have to come into compliance with Title X, Dodd-Frank Act. 111-203. Title X, that's a bad one. Mamma jamma, brother. I'm telling you, once you start getting off into that,
I'm on it.
ain't nobody gonna be able to stop you. Social Security Administration, IRS, and the Post Office. Those are the three main agencies that you need that you have to revoke to take control.
I'm on it. Hey, we gotta, bro. Everybody, we got everybody gassed up, bro. On the, but like I say, man, I wanna, that's been my chess move. My next chess move, what I just showed you. You know that's. You already know what that is right there. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't even put it out there yet. Yeah, I just been making sure everything was all good, but now everything has already been validated, secure, already been tested, moved around, jugged. You know, it's no getting around that right there. You see what I mean? That shuts off all the allegations, all the assumptions. You know, because at the end of the day, what they do to us is we send them these notices and stuff like that are facts. But the problem is that still leaves them room to maneuver because we still haven't shown any evidence. It's not about what you know, it's all about what you could prove in court, right? So that shuts all that shit down. Like that report right there, and I'm not gonna say the actual term yet because we live, but I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying. But what that is, every motherfucker that's affiliated in conjunction with our accounts and our social security numbers and our EINs are afraid of that shit right there.
Of course they are. They better be. They better be. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Oh wow, dang, I can't wait to talk about this. Very nice. Very nice. Look, and you got 1 through 5. Look. Location. I love it. Yep. Very good. Very good. Very nice.
Let's get it, Meech.
Yeah,
You know.
that's that looking at that Bloomberg. I'm looking
Oh
at that
yeah,
Bloomberg.
look, you see it?
Blown away, like,
Where you can show them exact evidence on the market where the debt amount that they try to charge you was deducted upon the time of your signature.
that's right.
What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
It was deducted. That's right. Okay. So at the end of the day, they gonna end up on you.
Oh man, definitely, yeah, no, absolutely, because it shows how much money they've been making on the back end. You know what I'm saying? It's like not only have they been paid for the assumed debt of the accused debt that they're trying to get from the individual. This shows proof of all the money they've been making on the back end, times 10, times 100, and the mortgage is even more insane.
Right. Oh yeah.
That shit is ridiculous.
But see, back in 2012, we go back to 2012. What did the Department of Justice come out and say about the thing of banking institutions? They are criminal, corrupt organizations, and we keep giving these motherfuckers our personal data and signature. Criminal, corrupt organizations. They're not using anything that's prescribed under Article 1, Section 10. Man, we can start hammering these motherfucking banks so hard if people really understood your personal data and signature values. That's the asset that created the account. And the bank is using it on their benefit. They're knowing you're naive to banking policies, so they know you're just going to sign and not read everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hidden power of attorney in all your banking agreements. Okay, revoke this shit.
Yeah.
Let them know I'm seizing control over this account. I'm seizing control over the number. Okay, because you already got the ownership of the property, which is the name and the signature. Okay, put value on that shit. The bank, they can't deny you, because if they go through arbitration. And I'm doing this with Verizon right now, boyfriend arbitration, because they want $50. They accepted. The agent was there. I told him, due to the data breaches that have been transpiring, I'm putting $1 million value on my signature and personal data. He was like, I don't blame you. And he watched me write the shit on the contract as a term and condition. And guess what? He accepted that shit.
Yeah.
And they created the phone number. They created the account. Got a nice little phone out the deal and everything. You know what I'm saying? So now I go to contact Verizon and ask them what's going on with my $1 million credit that I have with them. An attorney needed to be present when you made that term and condition. I was like, that's bullshit. There's no attorney there when I was signing the contract.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so if it was an attorney that was supposed to have been there at the time of the initial agreement, that's your fault that he didn't show up.
Exactly.
I held up my end of the bargain. There's that signature on the dotted line.
Yep.
That was monetized, securitized, and so. And guess what? I got the original contract back from Walmart. So with the barcode attached to it to show that they securitized the damn application.
Hey, shit, you the person I need to be asking this question to. People asking me, because I don't really answer the question like that because I really don't know. Have you heard about that reparations bank?
Yeah.
What's the deal with it? What you feel about it?
Well, people really need to understand what reparations are. Okay, reparations is not what they think reparations is.
Okay.
Okay. Reparations is something that a natural person gives to aid another when they have been injured or harmed. Okay, whether it's monetary, whether it's land, whether it's chattel, or whatever. You know. But however, the reparations they're talking about is going to fund their pockets. Okay. If you really sit back and think about it, with that reparations bank, okay, you got to give up something in order to do what? To qualify for an account, right?
Right.
So you are the damn reparations.
Mm-hmm.
Because that data is unlimited. All reparations bank gonna do is what Facebook is doing. Scrubbing your data, making it look clean and new, and resell it for monetary gain. But once the consumer goes and does that signature value and personal data value, now reparations bank has to honor the agreement. You accepted this data, here's the price tag for it.
Mm.
I'm going with what you want. Reparations bank, government, whoever. This is my price tag for this signature. Now who do I need to talk to go get my change? Because you accept it.
So you're not entertaining it basically.
Mm-hmm. Why? Why? When they need me at the end of the day. Whether it's a bank, whether it's an employer, whether it's a school, whether it's a supermarket, grocery store, gas station, corner store, whatever. At the end of the day, they need us at the end of the day. So, we've grown so complacent to being debtors with the debtor mentality and the debtor thinking. We've allowed other people to think for us. Look at all these trustees over these mortgages. Allowed these people's whole houses to be in foreclosure because he wanted to fill his pockets with greed. How many of their families went to college off the pain and suffering of an innocent consumer or natural person? Mm-hmm. They all need to die. And I promise you, when that time comes, I promise you, I want to be a prosecutor. Because I'm going to prosecute every last one of them motherfuckers. Starting with the motherfuckers that in all my cases. Prosecute every last one. I already got it ready for you. Undeniable. You plead the fifth, that's an admittance of guilt. I don't give a fuck. Treason. Treason is treason. Liberty or death, right? Mm-hmm. People ain't willing to go to that extent to save their property or to save their livelihood. You see what I'm saying? But they'll allow this motherfucker to work their ass 40 years of their lives and cancel them at any given time and replace them with somebody else.
Yep. But
that consumer is unbeknownst that he owns the fucking company. They got to get you to sign something in employment, don't they?
Yep.
Now, I was telling you something right there. Can't be the employee when you're the damn parent corporation. Walmart is just a name. It takes energy and labor to run Walmart, so that's the parent corporation. The tangible asset is the employee. Man, just give me 10 Walmart employees. Just give me 10 Walmart employees. They'll have all Walmart employees in line. I promise you. Because once they show up outside that workplace saying that if you don't give us gold for our energy and labor, we're coming in here and taking everything. Because it's only by our energy and labor that it's in here in the first place. So as owners of Walmart, we own all this stuff, so we can decide to donate it to charity and give it away to homeless people if we choose to. And these are the people who actually work for Walmart, or any corporation for that matter. Be mindful. It's a contract. It's a two-way street. If anybody's billing you, you bill their asses back. Fuck that. Shit. You gonna send me a bill? Okay, I'm gonna send you a bill. You're using my personal data. and it's worth $1 million. You got it? You sending me this punk ass bill every month. I'm gonna send your ass a bill for $1 million every month. And if you don't pay it, guess what I'm gonna do? Send it to collections. That's what we have to. That's the mind frame we have to start using.
100%.
They're using it against us. Shit, we can use the shit right back on them. All we gotta do is bring up the contracts agreement. Yep, see the signature right here on this contract? It was accepted, right? It's your fault for not asking me the price tag, because I can change the price tag at any time. I'm the grantor. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm gonna say this, and I gotta get out of here. I got my credit specialist. Okay, that's a member of my Hope PMA. She's the owner of Credit Guardians. Y'all need to go check her out. Sister's doing some miraculous things. She's actually showing people how to change their credit file to reflect that they are the creditors. Okay, Credit Guardians on Facebook. Y'all need to go check her out now. She's actually showing people how to change
Credit
file
Guardians.
to reflect that they are the creditor and not the so-called creditor, which is actually the debtor.
So, all right. So, Credit Guardians on Facebook, y'all. Now you say she's helped people change, reflect, basically correct the contract on each account. So.
Well, yeah, because once that notation gets on the account, then you have them notify all pretender creditors. Okay, now you're putting them on notice across the board. Okay, because all your creditors get that credit file. Now there's two credit files. There's one that the creditor has, and then there's one that the consumer has. Well, there's actually three. Then the credit bureaus have one that they have. Okay, so there's three credit files. Okay, now there might be different names associated with that credit file, but different dates of birth, whatever. Okay, but credit file does not belong to you. Okay, because that's not you. That's an opinion of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do? We zero out the credit account, credit file. We'll rap about that tomorrow. But yeah, man, that's what's going on. Like I said, it's the dawn of a new era. In 2020, we're putting on our creditors' thinking cap. We're going out here and we're showing people, look, without me, there's no you. Okay, and these corporations have forgotten that. So we have to remind them at times.
Indeed, shit, a lot of times.
Chrysler, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all own Chrysler. Okay, so if Chrysler prevents you from putting your signature on the dotted line, you can go off of their fucking charter. I don't care what dealership you go to. If they tell you you can't put your signature on the dotted line and walk out of there with the title and the keys, let me know. Because we'll have that motherfucking charter dissolved in that state, that city, and that county for fraud. Chrysler know they still owe the American people for the bailout of 2009. So they promised you a brand new car every year. Let's not forget the General Agreement on Trades and Tariffs. You own all the products and services in America as an American. Prepaid, baby. This the new way of life. The way it's always been the way of life. It's just now it's more prevalent now. You can go overseas and tell your data to buy shit.
Hell yeah, they do.
Right, so they've been doing it over here.
Shit, data is the most valuable asset on Earth right now.
On Earth, right.
Straight up.
So why wouldn't you put a damn dollar figure amount on it? That would be smart for you to do.
Like literally, you know. Alright, bro. Shit, man.
Okay.
I'm back excited again. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you tapped in.
Definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, let's go ahead and link this stuff back together because I think the last time it was has it been 2 years yet or just a year since we did something last?
Well, I think with that last YouTube video, I gotta go back and
Probably
listen
like
to it
probably a little bit
again.
over a year. You know, I already know
Yeah,
it's been. Let's go ahead and update each other on these new developments and let's start cracking
right,
crack some more heads. You know,
right.
and do it like that, man.
And we're gonna show y'all real live proof, okay? And this is not, not something that we made up. These are theories and concepts that we have proven to be true. And people have written them off as conspiracy theories. Okay, now once we rebut the presumption of it being a conspiracy theory and we show the factual evidence, then it becomes the truth.
Absolutely.
So with your own eyes, you make your own judgment and your own decisions for those who are listening in on the call right now.
Mm-hmm.
And going into 2020, even stronger than what you were last year. You know what I'm saying? When just the knowledge of self-worth. The first law of nature is self-preservation. So if somebody's trying to take your home, you got a right to kill them because they're trying to eliminate your self-preservation. Somebody's trying to repo your car, you got a right to kill them because it's hindering you from self-preservation. So that's what these idiots better wake up to and realize that the first rule of law is self-preservation. If you're trying to take something from me that's going to help me sustain life, I have a right to take your life.
Absolutely.
So it is what it is at the end of the day. That's why a lot of these cops and these tow truck companies, and these lawyers and judges are coming up missing and dying off, getting killed off. People are waking up and they're becoming targets. So every police officer in this country should be fearing for their life right now because they're a sitting target and don't even know it. And I hate to say it because I have family members that are a part of the Detroit Police Department and the LA Police Department. And I've told them, I've warned them. They got to stop doing what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, all they got to do is read the Nuremberg trials to see what happened to everybody who wore a badge and a uniform. If you just read 15 USC 1692 E1, just read that right there under the FDCPA, which is consumer protection. They destroyed the lawyers, they destroyed the judges, they destroyed all the police officers. And this is why they're all on high alert, because they know the super predators are here. EO, you a super predator, I'm a super predator. Brother Sharif is the ultimate super predator, to Sharif Judah. It's only a matter of time before people really start, setting up these alliances and start going out. Look what's going on in Virginia. Oh, and for every woman in Alabama, if y'all don't flood that motherfucking governor's office demanding y'all black credit cards since the state own y'all bodies, okay, they need to be paying for all your affairs and back paying you for all your old affairs as well. Okay, because they got that abortion law. And they said the state owns the woman's body. Okay, if the state owns my body, I need my black credit card then. The contract about to get revoked. This contract about to get revoked immediately. Because once you revoke the contract, they got to give you back all your shit anyway. So if you want to continue to be a so-called state, you better go ahead and give us our black credit cards. They don't understand the power they just gave women, for real. But it's 9 times out of 10, it's a woman's fault, and I don't want to sound chauvinistic right now, but our women were unknowing what's going on. Just like I exposed that SS5 was a damn immigration document, which we go get into tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's an immigration document. How you gonna declare your private property, your child, your love, your offspring and the father's property, which is the child technically, how are you going to declare that as an immigrant? Shit, it's just like receiving a damn credit card in the mail. The card ain't approved until you do what?
Until you activate that
That's the same thing
motherfucker.
with that Social Security card. Right.
Mhm.
Same way with that Social Security card. You got the card, but the fucking account wasn't approved.
Mm-hmm. Only you can do it.
Well, no, because they know that as an American national or an American that was born on a particular landmass with that state nationality, they already have an estate that was delegated for usury. Okay, so they can't create the account if that person is saying they're an immigrant because it's conflicting information.
Gotcha.
Okay, but they can't come back and tell you, well, you can't say you're not an immigrant because you have a right to whatever nationality you choose to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you want to be an immigrant, what? Okay, go ahead. You can be an immigrant. But all the while, unknowingly, knowing that original record sits in that vault that's receiving federal funding attached to it every fiscal year, accumulating under that damn number every fiscal year. And then he should put a big ass Ponzi scheme at the end of the day.
Indeed.
Monopoly, baby. That's all it is. It's monopoly.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you for having me on tonight, man. I'm gonna go and get up out of here. And for everybody that's listening, I appreciate y'all time and energy as well. Hope you all was able to learn, some stuff off this brief little skit me and Neil did.
Definitely.
We'll come back tomorrow. And,
Yeah.
like I said, dear brother, just get with me prior to tomorrow's call, and we'll set up what we need to set up. And to the sister, I apologize. My name is Mickey Slater. I didn't properly introduce myself, but I do apologize.
Oh no, all good. Appreciate you popping on, bro. Just like always, bro. So tomorrow, man, let's go ahead and get it cracking.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow, dear brother.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right. Peace and love.
All right, just like I told y'all, it's going down again, I guess, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. What time?
7 p.m. Central. Hellraiser and Michi Slay.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Hey, this is the most controversial. It's like the dynamic differences and at the same time common relations between topics and subjects is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. I mean, like I say, I always look forward to having the one-on-ones with Michi. More so than a lot of people, to be honest with you.
So would this be like a members only type of
I don't know.
lecture or?
Nah, because we ain't gonna have time to really put that. It's gonna be. We probably gonna do it open forum.
Open forum? Okay. Okay, open forum.
Yeah, we probably do it open forum. It depends on. It depends on what he want to get into. Certain stuff that I'm just not gonna get into. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna get into on the public forum. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of. Now I see we've been having like 70 people watching. And we only got 38 likes. So I'm gonna subtract the viewers from the likes, and that's how many haters we got watching. So I need that shit to add up. I appreciate if those haters bounce out.
72 now.
Or leeches. Need y'all to like this video, share this video. 70 people watching for 38 likes. Now Michi just came in and turned some shit up. And because of that, he turned me up. So I dropped some shit I probably wasn't even gonna say. because he came and threw some shit on my lap that had me going. So I had to throw some shit back in his lap just to make it even. You know, you see what you hear his response when he opened up that email. I'm like, you see how it's dramatic,
Yeah.
but it's on the same playing field. See, look,
Right.
I don't look, man. It's like that. That's the example of how we supposed to communicate and build with each other.
Right.
Misha is like on a whole other planet over here.
Right.
I'm on a whole other planet too, but I'm over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
meet up
come
here
together.
real quick, and it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you know, and when he started relaying certain stuff, I sit here, I fold my hands, and I listen. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, you know, certain aspects that I speak on, he does the same thing.
Mm.
You know, it's just we understand who has the greater level of understanding based on what we put our time and energy and what areas we focus on.
Exactly.
And the objective of that, of having those type of dynamics, these are two different dynamics here that in relation to the same common goal. It's providing solutions to the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For ourselves first and then for the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's in our best interest to, that's how we supposed to communicate, because it's not the objective to say what's right, what's wrong. It's okay, what makes sense, what works, and this is why it makes sense if it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or this is why it didn't work. You know, like I said, me and Michi, man, we gonna mess around and do some serious stuff now, because for what he just showed me is like two different things, but they all equal
Extremely
the same.
important. Yeah.
It's like he like, damn, this is what I needed. I'm like, but what he sent me was that's what I needed. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like I could have been on some, nah man, they ain't finna give him this. You know what I'm saying? That's Michi. You know what I'm saying? Michi is a serious dude. The guy is well respected on these streets, and I intend to maintain that same level of respect. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't get that type of mutual respect from nobody like Michi and somebody like me if you don't transfer that same type of energy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shoot, it's my duty to transfer that same energy back. You know, I instantly told him check his inbox.
Mm.
He instantly said check your inbox. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, and we ain't talking like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's how it's supposed to be. So this is the whole proving what I'm talking about as far as the problems that we have out here between all these different people.
Uh-huh.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Me and Michi wasn't on here wasting time debating back and forth.
Right.
Well, it's certain things that Michi say that I'd be like, but I get the point he's making, and it'd be like, all right, I'd rather listen to more of what he's talking about so I can understand his perspective. That my goal is to understand his perspective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I already understand my perspective. I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? So only way I can be further educated on my understanding in general or overall is to truly understand his perspective. So by me truly understanding his perspective, I have to look, listen, and learn and become a student again.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to see things how he see things, or somewhat how we see things, to get a better understanding. So now that I have a different understanding, I have Michi's perspective. Now I have Michi's perspective and mine. So
Right.
in collective, I have a greater overall understanding of the topic in hand altogether.
Mm.
And that's the secret on building your knowledge base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like that's why I only want to talk and interact with the best of the best of the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Come and drop some shit on me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'ma stand on my shit, 100 grand. And I let Michi get the flows. He be going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But you better know I got some heat over here too. You know what I'm saying? I never let him go without giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? Huh. Now don't nobody know what I gave him except me. That's the funny part. Don't nobody know what I gave him. You know, but I'm pretty sure whoever heard his response understands, you know, what's understood need to be explained type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get back to it,
Okay.
you know, tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow at 7
Yeah,
Central.
yeah, tomorrow 7 Central.
Okay. Alrighty.
You trying to close it out?
Yeah.
They still here.
It's time to close out. You got some studying, buddy. We got some studying.
Yeah, Michi always give me homework and shit. I'm not too prideful and like I'm always humble. That's why that's how I allow myself to get so much information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, what'd you say now?
Mm.
Title what? Title X?
Right.
Title what? Oh, what was that? I'm not gonna act like I know some shit that I don't, cause I'm gonna miss out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know that shit. I'm gonna figure it out tonight though.
Right.
And when we talk tomorrow, we're gonna get back into it. You
Right.
see what I mean? So what people need to understand is not one person knows everything about everything.
True.
No
True.
one know people are great at the areas that they're good in, and then they lapse in certain areas. It's like information is limitless. You know what I'm saying? Information is limitless. Only a fool think he knows everything.
That's true. So, with that being said,
She's trying to close out.
tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Now we staying. We
Central.
going all night tonight.
Look,
We going
study
all
time.
We going all night tonight.
Time to study.
We finna. Y'all might as well go get your.
Tomorrow at 7. You got
Right.
it. You got homework. We have homework rather. So tomorrow at 7.
I supposed to been off today.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, I'm gonna let y'all know for sure what time or whatever like that. We're gonna get everything. Like I said, we're gonna try to make this happen tomorrow. I really recommend y'all don't miss this shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
I highly recommend y'all do whatever y'all gotta do to get in the room on this shit tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say on that. All right, we got up there. We got 61 likes now, 65 people. I guess some of the motherfuckers left, and so 61. So that means we only got 3 haters, 3 leeches, or 3 trolls in the room. Everybody else must be the God family. So peace to the God family. We finna get up out of here, and till next time, man. I'm turned up now. Like say. I be need, man, this type of stuff I be need, cause stuff be getting boring. Like stuff gets boring. I get tired of talking about the same shit all the goddamn time. The same shit. Over. Nobody's coming with no new information, no new concepts. Just like the game gets boring. Nobody's challenged. It's like I don't get a lot of people challenging me. You know what I'm saying? With information, no new, like nothing like really moves me. It's like, but Michi never lets me down. So we finna get it cracking. I'm finna warm up for him tomorrow, and we finna get it. Peace.
Alrighty. Tomorrow at 7 Central.
We ain't closing out.